it's Nicole Elliott with Studio Elliott Focus. I've got a really great focus tip today. I was recently at a sales seminar in the Twin Cities. Ursula Menges and Rebecca Hall, amazing businesswomen, put on this sales coach workshop. It's pretty cool. If you need any kind of help selling, like if you do in-person sales with photography at all, that would be a great workshop for you guys to consider. It's called Sales Coach Now. If you go to just salescoachnow.com, just an awesome, awesome course for you guys. Totally check it out. They talked about limiting beliefs. And this is so big for me because I have been talking all about goals and goal setting and getting to that next level in your life. And for me, it was really huge because right now I'm getting ready to launch a fashion meets function camera accessories line. So, many of you know I went to China just recently, the beginning of this month, and I brought a prototype of a camera strap with me. And I got that made. I found a factory that is going to work with me. And it was just really beautiful how so many doors were opened up for me there. And so I have this sample, and the sample hasn't come yet here. So it's not even in my hands quite yet. But I was at this workshop this weekend, and they were talking about limiting beliefs and how we need to get the limiting beliefs out of our head before we can really move forward in the thing that we're wanting to do. And so I'm thinking, boy, what are my limiting beliefs? And I had a lot of them. Once you actually start thinking about what are the thought processes in your life and in your mind that limit you from accomplishing your tasks, you'll see there's a lot of them. And what is a belief? A belief is just a truth. It's a thought that you have made truth in your own mind. And so especially as women, we often create these thoughts. We allow ourselves to think these things about ourselves that are not true, but we have created them as truth in our life. Like we're not good enough. Who's going to pay this amount for my photography? It's good. It's not as good. My pictures aren't as good as that photographer. So why would someone want to come to me? Or can I really sell this? Is this something I'm capable of selling? So many things. And not even just in business. You think just personally, in your own life, in your own mind, all the negative limiting beliefs we tell ourselves. So I came to a place where I had to just really unpack that and start thinking, what are those limiting beliefs? What are those things that I'm saying to myself that are not true? And once you can get that out of your head, once you can just get it on paper, look at it, and just give it up to God and say, God, I just want you to take this away from me because this is not anything that I want to live by. This is not truth that I want to allow to stay in my life. Once you can get rid of all of that, now the possibilities become endless, and it's amazing. So at this seminar, we had to make as many cold calls or warm calls as we could to advance our business. Well, since I'm in the process of creating an online business and I have zero context at this moment, I don't even have a product in my hand, I had to call somebody. I didn't want to just chicken out and say, well, I don't have anybody to call. So I'm like, well, okay, whatever. I'll just call B&H and Adorama. The two largest camera accessory distributors do in the US. It's crazy. But I'm like, whatever. I'll just call them. I don't really know exactly what I'm going to say, but I'll call them and just see what happens. And boy, I just did a lot of prayer. I'm like, God, you are just going to have to give me the words to say, because if I actually get to the person I need to get to, I don't even know what I'm going to say. But they had helped with like a sales script and stuff like that. And honestly, I really like selling. Selling is fun to me. It's, all selling is, it's just a transference of emotion. If you can explain something to somebody in a passionate way, they'll get it. And hopefully you can transfer that emotion to them and just tug on that heartstring, And then you can you can sell it. If you're passionate about it, you can usually sell it. So I'm like, I'll just do that. I'm super passionate about this. So I call B&H and I get to their buyer, but not to them themselves. So I got through their voicemail. I left them a voicemail. My next call was Adorama. And if those of you that are in the photography industry know, Adorama and B&H are like the Target and Walmart of photography. So it was a big deal for me to do this, and I didn't know what the final outcome was, but I said, you know what? I'm going to get rid of the limiting belief that tells me that they are any greater than I am. The person on the other end of that line is no better than me. They might have other information, they might have other skills than I have, but they're no better than me. So I don't need to be nervous, I don't need to be afraid. I just need to be me and explain what I have and my product to them. So after getting transferred to one person and then another and then another and another, I finally get to the head buyer at Amazon of camera accessories. And his name was John. And he actually answered the phone. And I was like, okay, it's on. I'm going to have to sell this. I ended up spending a half hour with this guy on the phone. He ended up asking me all these questions about my camera strap, about me and who I am. And at one point, halfway through, I had just said, I'm Nicole Elliott. I own a photography studio. It's Studio Elliott. And then I just kind of kept going with my vision and what I'm wanting to do. So I didn't even tell my website. Halfway through the call, he kind of stops me and he says, so you've just got a photography business? I'm online right now Googling you, and I'm looking at your website, and he's like, so you're from Bismarck, North Dakota, and you've got a photography studio there? Almost like I found you out. You're just a plain Jane photographer in Bismarck, North Dakota. Like, that's like what I felt like he was saying to me. So at that moment, I had a choice. I had to either move in my limiting beliefs and think, yeah, I'm a nobody. Yeah, I kind of feel like I'm a fake at this moment because I don't actually really have a product in my hands. I'm just telling you about the product that I will have soon. I could think that, or I could just own it. And I literally had this moment of like, either I move in my limiting belief, or I set that aside and move in a motivational belief that says that I am full of power and strength to accomplish what it is that I was created for. So I chose to move in that. So my response to him was, yes, John, you know what? I am from Bismarck, North Dakota. I have an amazing business there. I am a mother of 4 kids, a homeschool mom, and a wife to an amazing husband. I am your everyday mother, but I am your target market. And I have created a product that is specifically designed for a fashionable woman. And I feel like there is a gap right now in the industry. And I want to fill that gap with what I have created. And I not only want to create just a product, but I want to create an entire belief system that just a photographer, just a mom, just a wife can accomplish great things. They can move. If they can get these limiting beliefs out of the way, they can move and do great things and accomplish what they feel they were created for. And so I just chose to own it. I chose to get out of that limiting belief, and I chose to own who I was and where I was and create a motivational belief and let that become my message and let that become what I stand on. So I just encourage you guys today, get those limiting beliefs out of your life. Get them out of your heart and your mind and bring them before God and just say, God, I'm going to give these up to you because I can't stop thinking that I'm not good enough. I can't stop thinking that I'm not worth charging this much. I just can't stop thinking that my value isn't enough. But you are enough. Your value is there. Turn all of those limiting beliefs around and make them a motivational belief for you. So I just encourage you today, what are those limiting beliefs? Get them out of your head and start believing that you were created for something amazing. That's what I got for you. Just chew on that, move in that. Blessings for you today. We'll see you next time. Stay tuned.